What's up with Mystic? I'm back with another reading that I really hope is going to be fun and kind of like just out of the norm for the things I normally do. I am trying to challenge myself and expand the kind of videos that I do. And this is something that I personally am interested in. And I pray that my spirit guides, my ancestors, and my spirit friends help me to give accurate and concise answers to the question. If you saw the video name, then you already know what this video is about. I do have a small position in AMC. I do not have one in GME. I might do a GME video, but I was watching videos and I saw this one guy was doing astrological videos for AMC and GME, and I was like, well, why not do a tarot video? So I want to see if um, if AMC specifically is going to go to the moon, which is lingo for squeeze. I want to see if it's going to squeeze. I want to see what's going on with it. I want to know what we need to know as investors. If you're not an investor in AMC right now, definitely do your own due diligence. Like, obviously, I'm not a financial advisor. I am a tarot reader on YouTube, and you should take this as my personal opinion. This is not financial advice. This is just me using my spirituality to look into something that I know a lot of people are interested in, and I personally am very interested in. So, that being said, please remember that this is also not a personal tarot reading. Um, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you guys want to stay connected. So, my first question is, what do we need to know about AMC stock, which is ticker symbol AMC? What do we need to know about ticker symbol AMC? If you hear little noises in the background, that's my kids, because I always have my kids, basically. I love my kids. What do we need to know about ticker symbol AMC? What is the most important thing we need to know about that? What is the most important thing we need to know about ticker symbol AMC? Whoops. What is the most... That's not funny. That's accurate, but it's not funny. What is the most important thing we need to know about ticker symbol AMC? Okay, so these two cards fell out, and this card, um, these two cards fell out, and it's so accurate because if you've been watching the the um the news and all of uh the exposure type news where they're exposing all of this stuff happening, manipulation and being backstabbed. So right now, um, I kind of feel like the manipulators are getting tired. They are getting overwhelmed. They can't keep this up forever, but they are manipulating to the point where it's getting to be too much. Like they're they are definitely. When I say this, I mean the hedge funds, the hedge funds, and the ones that are shorting the stock. Um, they are the ones who are kind of. I feel like they're getting in this position right now. We need to know that these people are getting to the point where they probably can't. They can't keep this up forever. I mean, they get a lot of money, but they cannot keep this up forever. There are new rules in place. There are also eyes all over the place watching the stock because it's such a it's such a widely hyped up, widely what's the word? Like, what am I trying to say? It's all over the media, so it's highly visible. Lots of people are looking at it, um, and I believe in the future that like people in the government will look and see what exactly is going on with these shorters and what they're doing and how they can regulate that because it they because the people have spoken and the people kind of know what's going on, and it's kind of like all of the riots and all of the protesting and stuff. uh you can't close your ears to that forever. So I kind of feel like the government will look into these things. There will be some resolutions. I don't believe it's going to happen like today, tomorrow, the next day. Maybe not even next year. Maybe not even the next 2 years. But it's going to happen because um, I kind of want to talk about the the age of Aquarius and how so many things recently have been exposed after all the Pluto Saturn connections and stuff. It's kind of like things are continuing to be exposed. That's kind of where the Me Too movement came in. That's kind of where all of the exposure of the corruption in the government, like all of these things are being exposed and brought up, and that this is no different. But what we need to know the most is that there is massive manipulation of the coin. There is massive manipulation. Um, we will also find ourselves in this, how feeling like this, looking at our stock, like what is going on here? I don't understand why it's up and down, up and down, up and down. I don't understand this, that, and the fourth. It was doing so well yesterday, now it's not doing so well today. Um, but you gotta know that it's manipulate. It's just massive manipulation, and because it's being so heavily manipulated by the hedge funds, by the ones with all the money, um, by people who are doing deals in the background, doing every possible thing that they possibly can to make sure that this stock doesn't just shoot up to the moon immediately. Um, we have to know that that's slowing down the progress of the stock. Like if they, especially Robinhood, like if Robinhood and all of the other um, people in charge, the clearinghouses, the people in charge of making sure that stocks are being sold to people, if they had not slowed things down, I think it was in February, where they stopped the trading of AMC, GME, and some of the other meme stocks. Um, if that hadn't happened, I feel like this stock would have gone ahead and squeezed a little while ago. But since they did slow these things down, they did halt the the sale of these meme stocks, including AMC. Since they did halt all of that stuff, progress has slowed down, and it feels like it's going backwards. Even it's so slow. This is the slowest night in the deck. This is the one that you're looking at. I'm like, are you really moving? Like, are you moving at all? Is there any progress at all? And that's kind of where like we are right now. And there is progress, but it feels like the progress is so slow that it's not happening. And some people are getting discouraged, and that's probably part of what the hedge funds and the shorters want you to do. They want you to get discouraged, and they want you to sell your stuff. Um, but the thing that we need to know the most is that there's such manipulation and backstabbing. There's um, they're doing this because they know that the people who are into the stock are mostly young people. They're new investors, um, and they know that people of this generation, this investing generation, are they don't have the long attention span. The attention span of these people is so short, and they're like, "Oh my God, when is it gonna squeeze? Is it gonna squeeze? Oh my God, I'm gonna sell. I'm gonna sell my stuff. I'm not gonna hold it." And they know that that is this generation, but it hasn't really. I don't think they expected the whole Wall Street's bets and the whole diamond handed thing. I don't think that they expected that to be as strong as it is, because there's a lot of people who are still holding, you know? And they're like, "Oh my God, we're going to have to cover all of these shorts that we haven't covered yet." And it's going to be kind of it's going to be a bloodbath for them. Like it's going to be. But if we're out and we're not holding, we're not going to be able to reap those benefits. And they might actually be able to buy our shares to help cover their butts. And I don't want that. But anyway, what do we need to know the most? Oh, that looks more positive. Like, I feel like information is going to continue to come out. Like, over the last couple of weeks, there have been so many exposures and information that's coming out that we haven't even, like, I feel like there's more to come, but there's been information that has come out about people, institutions buying over out of dark pools, which are legal. They're legal, but it just sounds shady. But these things are legal things that they're doing. They're doing every possible thing they can do to make sure that uh, they win. And I feel like there's gonna be more information coming out. It's like over the last couple months we've got so much good news. I feel like there's gonna be more good news. There might also be a partnership coming up that um, might skyrocket the stock. Uh, but it kind of feels like there's going to be a partnership between AMC and other something else or someone else. That might be what this is about here too. This could be an offer of a partnership, and it kind of feels like an American company, not necessarily like Wanda was a Chinese company. It kind of feels like a more of a on American soil or closer to home. This is a home card. This is a partnership card, and this is a an offer card. So I kind of feel like there might be an offer of a partnership coming up, and that might be the information that's coming out. So I mean, I'm holding until okay. I'm holding until. So this is what I see for what we need to know. It's like such different energy, right? It's like we need to know that there's obviously massive manipulation that has slowed the progress of the stock, and but they're getting tired, they're getting overdone, they're getting overwhelmed, they're not going to be able to keep doing this. And that's like dark energy, like manipulation, dark energy, and then slow progress. The money has slowed down, and then there looks to be some kind of partnership. Um, it just feels like partnership on like the home front that um, kind of comes out, like that information comes out, that offer comes out, and it looks like it's bullish. I want to know more about the four, the two, and the page of swords. Three of swords, the six of pentacles, and the sun card. So when I saw the three of the bottom of the seven of swords, so this might be something that's kind of they're trying to keep quiet. Um, the three of swords, the way that I learned it is three things cutting to the heart of the matter, or heartbreak. And since it came out with the sun card, I'm not feeling like it's heartbreak because the sun card is like happiness, positivity, but it's also about illumination. So it kind of feels like these two cards together is something. The truth comes out here. The truth comes out, and it it looks like a big truth because it's the sun card. The sun card is like one of the most important um, for us on Earth anyway. It's one of the most important things in our sky because without it, we die off eventually. So it kind of fits with the cutting to the heart of the matter. It may also, since it's in the past position, I don't normally do past position stuff. Um, it looks to be like heartbreak and difficulty in the past, and then like, what was the question that I asked? Oh, I wanted to know more about this uh, here. So it looks, since the page of swords came out, it looks like more information being given to us. Um, Also, this feels like rewards, positivity and rewards. So what it feels like to me is more truths come out. Um, Kind of feel like some lies and stuff are being exposed. Also, any partnerships that AMC is thinking about, like that information might get leaked. I'm hearing like leaked. That information might get leaked, and then we get to kind of see that. And that feels like a gift to the shareholders, to be honest. Also, it feels like I never get this as equal give and take. I always get this as one party has more than the other party does. So I kind of feel like the truth comes out and then something gets kind of given or gifted, and it's like illumination here. So truth comes out basically. Like I feel like that over the next little while, the truth will be coming out. So I personally am holding until that truth comes out. I'm holding until I really feel like it's going to $20, honestly. But that is my own opinion. I'm not a financial advisor. Take this with a grain of salt. You know, things change every day. But it really feels like partnerships here are getting exposed. And it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's like, it feels like positivity. Um, but any secrecy feels like it's getting exposed. Like now is not a good time to have secrets, honest to God, for anybody, because as you can see, so many things are being exposed right now. People are being exposed. Like Ellen, like, are you serious? God, she got exposed. And we're like, what? She's the nicest person on TV. Obviously not. But anyway, so that was what we need to know. It would not surprise me at all if we got a partnership coming up here. So that was what we need to know, and I kind of want to ask these two questions, but I think they're kind of like the same question pretty much. So I wanted to know if it was going to squeeze, but I want to know what's. I'm going to ask this question first, and then I might ask a more direct question. But what I want to know is what is coming up for AMC stock over the next, let's say, 6 weeks. So it's March now. So I want to know what's coming up over the next 6 weeks for AMC stock. These cards keep falling out, but I'm not getting like any. Take those cards. Messages. What is coming up for AMC stock over the next 6 weeks? Uh-uh. Okay. So these two cards did come out. Look at that. It just feels like the truth here. This also kind of feels like an offer. Because look, her hand is stuck out and there goes a hand right there. She's got a sword. So it's like, this could also be cutting the bullshit, honestly. So 6 weeks from now, what is that? That is the beginning of May, because this is the last week of March, right? We're going into the last week of March over the next couple days. That'll be April, that's 4 weeks. And then 5 weeks is the beginning of May. So we do have a shareholder, um, I think it's May 4th. We have a shareholder vote coming up, a shareholder meeting coming up, and they're also counting the votes, they're also counting the stock to see if there's any fake or counterfeit stocks out there. And I kind of feel like once they destroy those or expose those, I was just talking about exposure, so it makes sense. Once they expose those, I believe that that will help the price go up. Now I don't know about this vote. Like what? Like I don't know. Like I have to do my own research on that. But what I got here, question was what's coming up for this stock over the next 6 weeks, and that's May. So those things are coming up. The shareholder vote, also the shareholder meeting. They're also counting the stock to see if there are any fake stocks out there, and those get destroyed. Um, but it just looks like offers. But this also can talk about a conversation. So this can be an institution. This could be the conversation with the institution coming up, um, which makes sense because AMC is a business first. Like it just is. It isn't. It's a business first. So I kind of see this coming up as the conversation between the business and the shareholders, which I feel like is over here somewhere. But it also looks like a new opportunities for them too. On top of that, oh hey, the bottom of the deck is judgment. We're talking about a vote. Queen of Cups. Oh, there we are. Eight of Pinnacles. And two stories. So I wouldn't be surprised if the shareholder vote ends up being like weird because lots of us don't know how to vote. Like I know this is the first company that I've ever had a significant for me stake in. It's not significant to the company, I feel like, but for me, it's like kind of large for me because I have never in my life been so personally positive that um, this is going from $5 to $20. Like this in my head is going to work. This is going to happen, but that is my own personal thing, and I pray that energy doesn't infiltrate the reading and tamper with it. So I feel like I also feel confident in this reading being um, less biased. But anyway, like I feel like a lot of people aren't going to be able to. They're not going to know the decision. They're not going to know which way to vote, basically, because a lot of us have. This is the first time that we've also had to vote, you know, as shareholders. So I kind of feel like there might be some things that are willfully ignored too. I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, everything's roses and puppy dogs and kitty cats and unicorns. I feel like that there's not gonna be there's gonna be some things that probably aren't put out on the table fully. Like that Seven of Swords keeps coming back up for me. I kind of feel like there's gonna be some things that either we don't see, or that they don't see, or that we're not being told. Um, People are also not going to know how to vote, and we may also have a time period where the vote has been made, but we're not getting the results. So, with that being said, I kind of feel like there's going to be some indecision here, whether it be with the people who are making the vote, the shareholders, or we're not going to get the information like that we need, and it's going to be for a little while. I don't see it being like malicious and horrible and bad, but it's kind of like the election, the U.S. election. Nobody really, well, we knew who the president was, but people didn't want to accept who the president was. So I kind of feel like it's going to be, you know, just it's going to be weird for a little while, but I feel like eventually things will work out because here goes the Eight of Pinnacles. Um, I like this here because it talks about money. um, it's not the Seven of Pentacles where things are like you're waiting on your harvest. It's not the Nine of Pentacles where you're getting to the point where you are independent and on your own. But in the next 6 weeks, it feels like it progress is made. Things start to move forward, and we get more stability in the stock price. You know, we get less of this and more of this. I kind of feel like things are starting to work out because this is one of my working out cards. Like things working out cards, and I kind of feel like this also I feel like is somebody is sitting here counting the votes too. Okay, why do I keep saying votes? I mean to say stock. They're gonna count the individual stocks and see how many are out there floating around being counterfeit. Um, so I'm getting exposure. I'm also getting this where the company is talking to us, filters us, but also what we need to know here is this is the company. This company is going to try and do the best for itself, so that it does not go out of business, so that it does not go bankrupt, and so that it does not like reach a point where it's no longer there. This is 100-year-old company. I think it's 101 years old now, and it's been around that long, and they've been doing at least enough to not go out of business. So I feel like they're gonna keep their head. They're gonna try it and be a business. They're gonna talk to you like they're a business, and we need to be careful that we don't get in our fifis and basically like just implode. Keep your head. This is also feels like advice to keep your head cool. Like if you have the conviction and you have the ability to hold, do that. But if you can't, don't. I mean, like, definitely do what's best for you. Do your own due diligence. Make sure that you continue to do the things that are gonna help you reach your goals in life. But I kind of feel like this is a little bit of advice for us to be more like the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is a very logical person. She is a very uh, head over heart kind of person, and she's gonna tell you how it is. She's not gonna be like sugarcoat anything. And then the Queen of Cups is like the opposite. She's more of a heart person. She's smart, but she's not. She sometimes thinks with her heart and her emotions. Don't get super emotional, okay? Um, but definitely, I don't see anything here that's horrible. Like, I don't see the Tower card. I don't see, like, the only thing that kind of concerns me is this Two of Swords. And it kind of feels like it goes back to the Seven of Swords, where we don't have all the information, and that makes sense because the hedge funds are definitely not telling you everything. They're not being transparent. Who knows if AMC is being 100% transparent? They say in their emails they're not lining up for somebody um, to take control of the 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 stocks that Wanda had. They're saying that they're not they have no intention of, or they have no knowledge of a company trying to come in and take over, right? They have no knowledge of that. But who knows if they do or don't, you know? But the indecision here and the massive decision card, I kind of feel like um, the next 6 weeks, I kind of feel like there is going to be the 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 the, the decision is going to be made. This is a small card. This is a big card, and this is the Judgment card, which can indicate things coming around again. It can be things coming around again. This is also a card of the Rapture. These people are being revitalized and renewed, which I kind of also see coming into the stock, which also makes sense with this because it's talking about things working out. It's also talking about being progressing, and um, also can indicate the count of stocks. It can also indicate just working out, like things working out. I like these two cards together because we had indecision and like not having all of the information, but then I kind of feel like the information comes in and then it works out. So it really feels like we're getting close to the end because it's 21. This is 20 and 21's the end. So this feels like we're getting close to the end here, which is interesting too because this is an 8, which is getting close to the end. But we can't get discouraged in the middle of the battle when we're almost to the end. So over the next 6 weeks, I see conversations, I see information that we don't have that we eventually get. I see things working out, and it looks very positive. I'm asking these questions from the like what we as investors need to know, like what is significant to us. So I kind of feel like it works out for us, even if it doesn't moon. Um, I feel like there is enough progress that enough people who have held through all this crap um, are more satisfied with what's going on. So I hope that made some sense. And what I'm gonna do now, I want to know if AMC is going to squeeze. Like I would be so pleased personally if it did, but I'm gonna read these cards as unbiased as I can. Is AMC going to squeeze? Like I need to. That's interesting. Like I don't even want to show that. I don't want to show. Is that me being biased? Is that me like overcorrecting? I don't want to show it. We'll see. Like we'll get the cards, and if it comes out again, then it'll come out again. Is AMC going to squeeze? Is AMC going to squeeze? There goes the 7 of. Nope, 5 of Wands. The Hermit. Page of Swords. There goes the... I'm doing 9 cards. There goes the Magician. 10 of Wands. 5 of Pentacles. 8 of Pentacles again. There goes the Tower card. And the 4 of Wands. So normally how I do this is I take the Major Arcana cards, and then I take the Minor Arcana cards, and I weigh them against each other. Alright, so 5 is a no. The Hermit is 1 yes. The Page is kind of neutral. Here goes the Magician, the 8 of Pentacles, and the 4 of Wands. And the 10 of Wands is a no. Oh, the Tower card is a yes. And then the 10 of Swords is a no. So, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Like, I've got 3 no, 4 no, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 yes. So I'm gonna ask that question again. I kind of feel like I want it to be like definitively yes or no. Is AMC going to squeeze? I don't want to take flippers. I mean, that's what my problem is. I'm not taking the flippers. This one flipped out and flipped over. Is AMC going to squeeze? I need 9 cards. Major Arcana cards are yes. And then positive Minor Arcana cards are yes. And then People cards are neutral. Is AMC going to squeeze? Something flipped over. 2 or 3 things flipped over in here. Okay. 9 of Wands. 8 of Pentacles again. 4 of Wands again. The Magician again. 10 of Wands again. And then the 5 of Pentacles again. At the bottom of the deck is the World card. So I've got the Fool card, the 6 of Wands, the 8 of Pentacles, the 4 of Wands, the Magician, and the World card. Did I count that already? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 out of 10, and there's 2 neutral ones, which are the People cards. I've got the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Swords, and then I've got the 5 of Pentacles, which is a no, and the 10 of Wands, which is also a no. So it's leaning toward a yes, but sometimes when that happens, it's because all of the information hasn't been given yet, and also because volatility. So the volatility can also cause the reading to be like not 100% yes and not 100% no, but it's leaning toward yes. So what I'm going to do is hold. I'm holding. What are my spirit guides and ancestors and spirit princesses? What is their advice for investors of AMC? That just flipped off the top. What is their advice for shareholders of AMC? That's not funny. Stop watching. That's kind of not funny, but that's funny because this is the Hermit card. But look at what she's doing. I know that I have been on my phone. Like I wake up in the morning, I just look at my computer, right? I'm like, okay, so what's happening? What's going on? Like, what do I need to know? Like, what is really happening here? And the first thing I do is look at my phone. I look at my where I've got all of my AMC stock at, which is kind of like all over the place. And then I'm like, okay, so what's going on here? What's going on here? Here and there. And then I like watch it all day. So this is kind of like don't allow this to put you in this state of mind where you're like, she looks sad to me. She looks really sad. She looks like dejected. She looks very uh much like she saw something disappointing and she's just not happy, right? The advice here is to stop watching so closely. Close the phone, close the app, close the tablet, close the laptop. I mean, it makes sense because the stock market will always make money over the long term. And it's kind of like if you're in it for the long term, just stop watching. Don't watch so closely. Don't watch so closely. Um, just just kind of chill out and breathe a little bit. And that is actually good advice. I'm gonna go ahead and pull the top three with the why WTF though. Three of Pinnacles. Okay, so I don't see anything here that's like extremely difficult. Actually, everything here looks really positive, and there's like people. There's a lot of people here. So like, what is their advice? Try not to get too much into your feelings. Um, do your own due diligence. Don't get into your own feelings. But what we have here, the ones that flipped out are the Page of Cups, which looks like an offer. Looks like a sweet kid, you know. I mean, what I'm hearing are those kids on Wall Street bets. That's funny. Um, but this is kind of like new beginnings and things starting over, which really is kind of cool because um, these two things here can be offers. They can also be new things, new ideas, new starts. This can also be a conversation. So definitely make sure that you hop onto the shareholders call. Make sure that you take all of that hype with a grain of salt. Take the long position. Definitely take my advice with a grain of salt, and do whatever you're gonna do. But this is kind of like also look at what they're doing. What are they doing? They're holding. They're holding onto the cup and the sword. Also, kind of feels like fight. Like don't give up here. Interestingly, here's a man with a coin, and I kind of thought this might be the CEO. I don't know what his star sign is, but this can also be a business owner. So it kind of feels like you might need to definitely get on that call when it comes around. Um, Also, this person here has the money. The money. He's got the money. Like he's able to take care of whatever he needs to take care of financially because he's the King of Pentacles. He's also very practical. He's also very like he knows since he's a business owner, he knows how to handle money. Don't put more in than you can. That don't bet what you're not willing to lose, basically. But it really feels like there's new stuff coming up that could help us. First of all, kind of understand more of what's going on, and second of all, we've got what feels like good news coming here. The page has evolved into the knight here. And I like these cards because they feel like good news. And then the queen. So we're evolving. We're growing up. We're maturing here. I kind of feel like this is also the stock itself. It started at the bottom. Now we're here. So it kind of feels like um, it it's small, and then it gets bigger, it gets older, it gets more stable, and then it matures into the fullest, the realest that it can be. Also, don't let your emotions do this. Oh my God, I'm a little anxious. I'm more anxious now. I'm full blown having a panic attack. Like, don't allow this to be your experience. Um, But I kind of feel like since there aren't any negative cards here, that it's more about the maturity of the stock itself. I kind of feel like it's also good news coming. And since we showed up as this Queen of Cups in the beginning, I kind of feel like it's good news coming toward us because this is how I'm seeing it right here. Good news coming toward us here. So that's good. I like that. Advice. Also, like things are working out. This is one of my other things working out cards. Um, so I'm not seeing anything in the next 6 weeks, the next like 4 to 6 weeks. I'm not seeing anything extremely fabulously like squeaky squeeze, but I'm kind of seeing this as progress toward our goal because these three people are working together. I kind of feel like the advice here, and the advice here is to hold, to work together, and to watch out for the good news because these two cards can be about communication. And then this third card can also be about communication. So definitely get on the call when the call comes around. I think that call is May 4th. Um, remember that the shorts probably have not covered all of their positions yet. They've sent in a lot of IOUs, and they've also got the failure to deliver, I think is what it's called, where they failed to deliver what they said they were going to deliver. So they haven't paid up yet. So know that that money is also eventually going to have to come. And I'd rather be there when it does than when it doesn't. Know that there is a lot of stuff. If you can't handle the volatility, don't hang out. Like it's okay if you can't handle it. And I'm not saying that to be mean or anything, but if you can't handle, the day-to-day dip, the day-to-day ups and downs of this, then this is not necessarily for you. And the advice, this is like the biggest advice here. Stop watching so closely, especially if you have decided to take the long on this. Stop watching so closely. It will be okay if you don't watch so closely. Like, don't do what I do. Every morning you roll over, look at your phone, and allow the emotions to get the better of you. Like, stop doing that. If you're taking the long, then you don't need to look at it every day. So, that being said, I see good news coming. I see things working out for us. I see that we should get on that call when the call happens May 4th. I personally I'm gonna hang out for the because I know that these shorts cannot hold out forever. They have to pay up eventually. Um, so I want to know if there is anything else we need to know. Did I miss something? Is there anything else investors in AMC need to know? Not those. God, I need to reshuffle now because I've got too many cards falling out. We got the Sun, the Page of Wands, Seven of Pinnacles, the Six of Wands, Two of Pinnacles, and the Nine of Swords. We also have the Temperance card, which fell out, and we're going to see if they come out again. Is there anything else that investors in AMC need to know about, God, that flipped over, about AMC stock? I'm going to say over the next 4 to 6 weeks, God, a lot of this is happening because this deck is kind of big and my hands are kind of small. Is there anything else that we need to know as stockholders in AMC about what's coming, about the squeeze, about anything? Is there anything else that we need to know? Judgment. I like this card that it's coming out a lot because Judgment, what it feels like, you know what it feels like when, like, you, like, what I'm seeing is the Justice card in my mind. Like, I'm seeing the Justice card and the Judgment comes down. It's like, you know, the preacher who is talking about God's judgment. It kind of feels like, it feels a little bit like Justice, too. Nine of Wands, Four of Cups. So, there goes the six. There. Um, is the Justice card anywhere up here? Oh, Ten of Pinnacles. I like that. I'm not gonna pull too many more. Like what I'm looking for to see if the Justice card is on top. Empress. Is it on the bottom? All right, so I'm not gonna go too deep looking for it. Maybe I'm just seeing it. Am I tripping? Oh no. Okay, so well, something you know, like Judgment. I'm gonna play for the Judgment card. Oh God, I like this deck. It's beautiful, but it's huge. My hands are tiny. Judgment card. Please clarify the Judgment card. Please clarify the Judgment card. Please clarify the Judgment card. Three of Swords. Also the Truth. The Four of Swords. Is it a Four of Swords? Yeah, Four of Swords. And then the High Priestess. So there's definitely stuff here that we're not seeing. Definitely stuff here that we're not seeing. On the Judgment card, this indicates like the Truth. It can also be heartbreak here, but it evolves from this difficulty to the Four of Swords. So what it feels like is things are going to get better. I kind of feel like the Judgment card is here. It's like a visceral thing. Like I'm actually feeling like something dropping. Like it's not exactly like a judge's gavel. It's not exactly that. Um, it also speaks of revitalization because the Four of Swords, it's about healing and getting better and things, you know, moving forward. She's sick in her bed, but the original card is somebody who is like convalescing so they feel better. I don't know why this High Priestess card is here. She came out earlier too. I'm sitting here like, why? Hey, look at that. Looks like the tower has come down. Something like definitely rocks the bedrock. I just want one card for the High Priestess. Uh-oh. Ace of Pentacles flipped over. Should I take that? Clarify the High Priestess with one card, please. Okay, so this is the second ace that fell out, so I think I'm actually just gonna take it. There's something feels like with the Judgment card, the 3 turning into the 4, it feels like revitalization that we're not really seeing right now. And here goes the Knight of Wands, which kind of feels like a person who is in and out. So it's like this feels like the stock price is going to keep going up and down. Four of Cups also here. Let me clarify it. Five of Wands. Ha! There you are. I kind of knew you were coming out. King of Wands. What?
I'm gonna check on the headphones.
Okay. So the Four of Cups is about, we got two fours here. So kind of like stability is coming in. Like I said before, it'll eventually stabilize. Everything's gonna be okay. Um, Four of Cups, generally about refusing things, not seeing things. I feel like there with the High Priestess card, there's something here that we are not seeing, but it's a new beginning. It's like a new spark. It's something that is a new, like a new offer. Like something new is coming in, and we're not seeing it. We got two aces here. There goes the Ace of Cups, and this person down here, I feel like it's us, and it's kind of gives me a little bit of a spilled cup, spilled cups kind of feeling, because this goes into the five, and it kind of feels like crying over spilled milk here, but it's like we're being offered these things. There's a new offer coming in. We're just not really seeing it. Um, what I like here is that the Justice card did find out. It came out for me. I feel like eventually justice will be served, and we won't have to. What's right and fair will come along. Things will balance out. Just hold on. I mean, it's gonna be bumpy. It's gonna be rocky. It's gonna be conflict. There's gonna be like, he said, she said. There's gonna be maybe fights, but eventually, things will come right. Things will even out. Everything's going to be okay. I like that. Um, but it's so very strange that we got the Seven of Swords. We got the High Priestess. We got all these aces coming out. Eventually things will balance out, but there's something that we do not see. I kind of feel like I kind of feel like there is like an offer or some kind of new thing coming in here that is shrouded, like the public can't see it. And this is like we need to know this, but what is it? Like what are we not seeing? What are we not seeing about AMC that we need to see? What are we not seeing about AMC that we need to see? What are we not seeing that we need to see? It doesn't surprise me at all that there are things that we're not seeing, that we're not being told. There is no transparency, but this is the age of things being exposed, so what are we not seeing? Okay, so this, you guys see this. Came out this way. I don't normally do reversals, but it came out and it flipped all the way around, so too many cards falling out. So she tried to fall out. The Seven of Pentacles tried to fall out for the second time. This goes the Four of Pentacles, the Five of Cups, which I was just talking about. There goes the King of Kings, King of Pentacles. There goes the Queen of Pentacles, and there was the Ace of Cups and the Hanged One. So what I want to do, this is the last time I want to shuffle this deck. What are we not seeing that we need to see? What are we not seeing that we need to see? Okay. Yep. Two, two of Swords. Come out again. The Wheel of Fortune. I like that. And the Chariot cards. They're nice. I like that. That's nice. King of Swords keeps coming out. He might want. He might be one of the board members. The Two of Swords. Like this is again not being able to see or not looking. This person is blindfolded. I really feel like some truths are going to be coming out here in the near future because I've gotten like a running theme of things not being seen and people being blindfolded um and things just not being clear. So I might have to do like a follow up in the next like 2 weeks or something because it kind of feels like it's murky. What I'm actually seeing in front of my face is like a murky gray cloud. But what we're not focused on, the answer that I'm getting here is we're not focused on the fact that things are changing and things are going to start moving forward. We had that night of Pinnacles, and that was the opposite of this. Basically, like things are moving, but they're not moving very fast. This is a person on a motorcycle ready to go. This is like a major Arcana card too. So these are like big, massive changes coming. This right here, the Wheel of Fortune, I feel like it's turning for us here in the near future. This come out reversed, so whatever disappointments are there, turning upside down, it's not so bad anymore. The swords are coming out, the heart's getting healed, things are actually starting to move forward again. Upside down, they could also be the things that we are also still not seeing, um, lies and deceit. So I see I just see exposure. Like, if you don't take anything else from this reading, what's coming for AMC? Exposure. Exposure of what's going on in the background, exposure of what's going on with the shorts, exposure of what's going on with the shares, exposure of what's going on. I feel like the count for the shares is going to be like a big thing for us, and it's going to help turn things around so that things move faster forward. Because I believe when they count, don't quote me on this, but I believe when they count the shares and they come up with the counterfeits, they're going to destroy them. And the people that are holding them, that like intentionally were doing the naked sharing with um, the counterfeit shares, the shares are going to be destroyed, and those people are going to pony up the money. The shorts are going to pony up the money. So if I'm not mistaken, that's what's going to happen. And there goes darkness at nighttime, and this is daytime. So it's like things moving from a place of murkiness and not knowing what to do, and indecision and things just not like being up in the air, to a place where there's clarity. Things are being put out into the bright daylight. Like I like this because it's like encouragement for me to keep holding mine. Like if you and maybe even add more. Um, the Four of Pentacles did come out. Like I'm kind of surprised it didn't come out earlier. It tried to fall out twice, but I was trying to be more unbiased, so I wanted to keep shuffling. Anyway, definitely feels like to me encouragement to hold my shares and to wait for the exposure. Like I really feel like there's gonna be exposure of things that we didn't know of, and they're gonna come out, and we're gonna have to um, make our own decisions about what's going on there. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Like, take this with a grain of salt. I am not a financial advisor. I am just I am just a holder of AMC, which is a highly volatile stock right now, and I'm gonna keep holding until. So, thank you guys for watching. Comment below if you guys like what you guys are holding. Are you guys holding a big stake, a little stake, no stake? Are you just watching for fun? Um, yeah, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe. If you like this and you want a more personal reading, my information is down below. And if you really want to be awesome, you can also via the tip or donate via the little buttons down there. I've got my little thing down there. All right, I hope to see you guys in the next one. Have a good day. Bye bye.